Greetings, everyone, and welcome to yet another book update here on the Media Files. Yeah, I haven't had very many book updates lately, but I managed to score a few titles. And I, of course, remember the movies that all these were based on. I was surprised that they actually had almost the entire series. Yeah. Found these in a Goodwill bag, of all things. Yeah, one of those Goodwill grab bags. What are they? Find out next on the Media Files. Welcome back. So, with this novel, he is pretty much is probably his best known novel. But although he did write The Bridge Over the River Kwai, Pierre Bol, yeah. Of course, this movie was had amazing makeup for its time in the '60s by John Chambers. I'm, of course, talking about the original novelization of Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Now, the book I have never read, but I've seen the movie many, many times, which stars Charlton Heston. There will be a closer look, or rather a close-up video of that series that I have, as well as maybe like an overview of the entire series that I have. Yeah, so Planet of the Apes hurtles the reader into a distant simian world where man is brute and ape intelligent, in a novel as harrowing, hypnotic, and meaningful as any great masterpieces of satric literature. So yeah, Planet of the Apes. I was surprised that it's actually in really, really good condition too. I mean, the spine's not torn, anything like that. I love it when my spines aren't torn because that's kind of what attracts you to, good reading, basically. Up next, they have the Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, the second book in the series. A little bit beat up, but hey, I can't really complain. I'm just kind of surprised that they actually had this there. I mean, it's kind of rare to find these soft cover novels from way back in the '60s and '70s because they're getting kind of old, and if you know people who take good care of stuff, it's kind of nice to pass things down to the next generation. So, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, in the buried ruins of what was once New York City, lived an incredible race of men mutated beyond belief by the effects of the ancient Holocaust. In the ashes of atomic dust, chimpanzees picketed for peace while their guerrilla leaders prepared for war. Where a great church once shone in the sunlight, dark religious ceremonies paid tribute to the great bomb, bringer of life and death. This is the Earth, thousands of years from now. This is the story of two men from the 20th century who somersaulted through a time warp into the most plausible and yet most fantastic adventure ever conceived. Yeah. Now, the second movie doesn't really have Charlton Heston in it, except for maybe like the opening and ending. But the second movie mainly stars Nova as the lead in there. So up next, we have the third book in the series. We have Escape from Planet of the Apes. Yeah. The time indicator raced back through the years from 3955 to 1973. Spacecraft held the Earth's future inhabitants, three survivors of a devastating cataclysm. The capsule's occupants include Cornelius, his mate Zira, and Dr. Milo, three apes, the thinking, speaking descendants of the species that has dominated man and the Earth for centuries. The world of 1973 welcomed them at first, pampered them when they realized in their unusual qualities, threatened them later when it comes to learning that Zira is carrying the seed of the future of the adolescence of ape over man. They had to be killed. But first, an exciting adventure, yeah. Now, I have seen most of the Planet of the Apes movies. I believe this is one of them that I have not really watched, but I've got all of them. I actually have to sit down and rewatch a few of them because some of them I'm more familiar with than others. And finally, in the Apes books, they had the fourth book, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. The time, 1990. The place, a gray, tightly computer-sized city-state somewhere in North America. The inhabitants, apes who serve as terrified slaves, men who function as brutalized monsters, until the apes revolt in a battle savage and monstrous as the bondage they had been forced to endure for decades. Yeah, so this is the fourth book in the series, and the last book that I am trying to track down, hopefully I'll find it one day, is Battle for Planet of the Apes, which is the fifth book in the original series. And finally, this is not a Planet of the Apes movie, but it is a movie-related book nonetheless. Let's just say that when it first came out in 1975, it made people scared to go into the water, and it made a certain kind of somewhat known director shoot up into major superstardom. I am, of course, talking about Peter Benchley's timeless classic, Jaws. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jaws, what can we say about that? From the opening chapter when a young woman goes missing on the beach, meets a 20-foot shark, the reader is hooked. Oh yeah. Now these are all quotes from the back of the book, but let's just say that if you know Jaws, you know to stay out of the water until you hire Quint to go find the shark. Our shark. You swallow your whole. I'll catch him and kill him for 10. Oh yeah, what can I say? We'll definitely do a closer up video of all the Jaws DVDs and Blu-rays that I have in my collection at a later date. Definitely going to do all that type of stuff. Yeah, so with that completes this book update for this episode. Please like and subscribe. I will try to post links down below on Amazon if I can find them, if they are available. Other than that, I'll see you on the next book update.